Hello everyone and welcome back to my Intro to Unreal Engine 4 tutorial series. In this video I'm going to cover how to do some landscape sculpting. If you don't already have a landscape already, just go ahead and go to this landscape tab up here under the modes panel, and for now we'll just press create. So this gives us a nice large landscape that we can now sculpt. When I put my mouse down, you can see it's got this halo-y thing. That's my brush. When I click and drag, if I shift click or if I shift click and drag or hold, it does the opposite. It sculpts downwards. Be changed. You can change the brush size here. So if you want a bigger brush for a bigger mountain, if you want more strength, which means it just works faster. Like, whoa. Problem with that is it gets faster really quick and it gets out of hand. I like to start low and change your brush size a lot to let's say I don't like that. There's multiple sculpt tools though. So we're in the sculpt section. Under our tool, there's all these different tools. I am going to quickly flatten this just so I can show you. We'll put the tool strength at full and flatten it. Here's the next one. Let's see. I'll show you how to do this on some layers, and I think that'll be more. Click on your landscape, and then section. There's enable edit layers. So say yeah, turn that on. Go back to our landscape tab, and now we have these edit layers. You can right click and call it whatever you want. I'll say first one will be mountain. Right click and I'll do, well, let's just do my mountain real quick. So there's my mountain. I'm gonna create another channel or a layer and call it, let's do plateau. So I'm going to make sure it's selected, and I'm going to try using that flatten tool again, just for fun. And woo, it's a bit much. So Control Z is your best friend to go back. In this case, my brush is just way too big. Let me get a better look at this. Yeah, this is ugly. It's okay, so let's say I flatten that out. And both of them are too extreme. I want somewhere in the middle between this flat plateau and that bumpy mountain. You can either hit the eyeball, which hides the work you've done on one of the layers, or you can blend them together with these alphas. So let's say I do 0.5. You get half, well, let's see, let's do 1 and 0.5. That's my problem. Sorry, I had it hidden. Let's see, we'll do both full. Both full means that it's chopping the mountain still. We'll just need to drop this plateau one a bit, which will kind of morph it between the two. So same thing if you want to add, let's see, I'll add another layer, create, and we'll call it whatever. Say it's a river. And go back to my regular sculpt tool. Remember, shift is to go down or do the opposite of whatever the tool is doing. So obviously spend a lot more time making things look good. Change your brush size, use alphas, all that fun stuff. But I just want to show you quickly how to sculpt. So you kind of, you can sculpt aggressively. So if you're making like a river, whoops, a river canyon or something like that, you can kind of overdo it and then dial it back a bit here. So it's called not, you know, it's a non-destructive way of modeling. So you don't have to go back and like try. Other than that, let's see. Let's do one more layer. Not that it matters, and I'll do a bigger one. There's a couple more tools that we didn't cover. So there's, let's see, noise is doing a huge, go with a huge brush and a really low strength, like really low. Maybe not that big of a brush either. Sizes. Maybe that's too low. Kind of gives you like a random, I don't know, texture. You can play with all these ones. Smooth obviously does what it says it does. Used to use that a lot, but now that there's layers, it seems like it's easier. A ramp never really worked for me, but if you, yeah, see, it's supposed to go up the hill. Maybe I need more sculpting. Oh, add ramp. My bad. I don't really use these very much, but yeah, so if you wanted to add some sort of ramp, it's maybe helpful for a racing game or something. You can hit add ramp and it'll make that nice ramp for you. Actually, that would be nice in a racing game. And there's obviously more stuff you can play with here. Not very much, but erosion is cool. Obviously to make it look nice, but you can start to try to give it more erosion from the rain and from the sun. There's a hydro erosion one. The rest of these I'm not really going to bother with. You can change your brushes, so if, with any sculpt tool you can change it to it's going to look weird. Yeah, it ain't going to work. Let's see if I turn this tool strength up. It's nice to sculpt with whatever brush you have. So let's see. Blood. It's not going to work because it's too tiny, but you get the idea. If you wanted to go in there and use your own texture, you could use that as a pattern to sculpt with. You can change the fall off here, and that just means like with a regular brush. The fall off is how sharply it goes up and kind of how nice it tapers off. So see, this is with one fall off, so this would be a smooth mountain, and 0 fall off would just be really harsh. Try not to stretch your geometry too much, like that will look terrible. You can always use your smooth tool if you want to kind of tone things down. I'm just rushing through this, but really tone and take your sweet time, and look at references and stuff and try to copy real places. That's the way to go. So hopefully that helped you at least know what the tools are and stuff, how to use them. In the next one, I believe we're going to work on making a paint different areas of our landscape and make it look, you know, even a little bit better. So hopefully that helped you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.